Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm Val.
And my name is Mandy.
And this is We're All Strangers podcast.
Navigating life together.
And today we're here doing a double take with the very one and only
Savannah.
What are we navigating today, Savannah?
We're navigating music together.
We are, yes. We recorded with Savannah a few weeks ago, and it was probably like our third time doing our podcast, and so Val and I were still trying to get a hang of everything, and
It was chaos.
it was chaotic.
Very much.
Yeah.
And the audio of Savannah completely deleted. So
Yeah, I got a text from you like last week saying, your audio is like completely gone. And I'm like, huh?
It was not good. You know, Mandy was like, she was like standing there with her, like the iPad trying to figure it out. And I thought she was joking. I didn't think that it was actually deleted. And then we were going and we were like, no way. We were like looking back at it. We're like, why did it delete? Like, no.
I still to this day have no idea how it did
Don't know
that.
what
I don't
happened.
know.
And so then we were like trying to make it work because I could still record it on the camera, but
Yeah, we want it to be as good as possible for you guys, and so the other audio, the backup audio that I had was just not cutting it. So we were like, Savannah, would you mind coming again? And here she is.
Yeah, I decided to come back.
So Savannah, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your age, your major, that's all.
We're gonna go through the whole list again.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm 20 years old. I'm at SSC. I'm a music ed major. So I eventually want to be a college professor teaching music for kids, for college students at that point. But for right now, like I have to work like little main goals. So right now is like high school students. That's like my first milestone, and then eventually get to college students.
Okay, so nothing younger than high school students.
I have a love-hate relationship with younger kids. Younger kids, they annoy the shit out of me. I more than half the time want to choke slam them because they don't stop running around, especially with, you know, like in elementary school, have you played one of the recorders?
Yes,
I
What was
remember that.
It was the pie song, the hot pie song on
The hot buns?
hot buns.
Hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns. I know.
Pie. I was like,
Did you do
what?
hot cross buns?
No,
I know y'all did hot cross
I don't
buns.
even know
Please
what that
comment if you did hot cross buns.
What?
Do. Okay.
Oh my God. No, I know what you're talking
Somebody
about.
bring out the recorder right now so Val can play.
I do not have one with me. I don't even own one.
Well,
But with little kids, I want to take like cymbals and crash them upon their head and go like wham. Like one of those monkey toys. That sounds very bad. But
Yeah, what?
no, I'm sorry. It's just like they're super, it's very hard to control them.
okay. So question: would you want to have kids?
Yeah, that was my next question.
I do want kids, but the way that people raise their kids nowadays, it feels like their lack of discipline.
I don't like iPad kids. I don't support that.
You got no.
That one's a big no for me. But I get it. I feel like your own kids you'll treat differently. You'll raise differently. Like it's also your own kids. You'll love them differently.
Yeah.
So understandable. Okay.
Like I'll be like one of those cool moms, but I don't care where you go. Just tell me who you're with, where you're at, if you're coming
I
home.
could so see you being like a cool little soccer mom for some reason. Do you want like a minivan when you get older?
Oh, no. Mm-mm. I don't, they just look so ugly.
Whoa, my mom has a minivan.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just kidding. But she's a mom, so it works. So
Yeah.
it's a mom thing.
I wouldn't mind. It's just I would raise my kids completely different. Like the whole iPad thing, I would not. Like there's kids like at 2 years old having iPads at that age, and I'm like, what about like them playing with toys or actually learning how to like engage in conversations or try to talk at that point? You know, basic human.
I don't like
stuff.
the iPads at the table. Like I feel like that's a very like disrespectful thing because that's like the one little time that you have to like share with your family, share with your friends, and I just feel like when I'm at a table and I'm with people and they start going on their phones and we're all just like then maybe I'll subconsciously go on my phone because everyone else is, and then I'll look around and I'm just like, all right, like we're literally doing nothing. What are we doing?
My friend Kat, Savannah's best friend's roommate, my
Yeah.
friend Kat, she has this thing when whenever we would go out to restaurants, she would say, all right, iPhone tower, and we would all put our iPhones up in a pile all together and just like not go on it, just all talk. And one time, I wasn't. Sorry, Mike. I wasn't there, but she told me the story that she was out with some friends, and this girl like didn't check her phone. You know, had that iPhone tower, and her mom was like spamming her, like, where are you? I guess she didn't know she was out, and like she got in so much trouble. But I was like, hey, at least she wasn't on her phone, you know. But
hey, I mean, there's even a club at UCF that me and Mandy were like,
oh, I wanted to go so
like,
bad.
We should join. Like, we were going around to like the little open night thing where it was like
all the different clubs,
all the club rushes, and this guy ran up to us and gave it to us, and he was like, this is like an opportunity to hang out with people without your phones. Like, they do a bunch of activities.
It was like a
and there's
phone
no
zone.
phones allowed. Like, they'll go do normal, like, you know, go bowling, go this, go play some pickleball, or I don't know.
Which I thought was so cool, but like I think it's always, I don't know, it's always at an inconvenient time, so we're never able to go. But
yeah. But anyways, that was not on music, but to ice break what we were ice breaking was we have our special container box.
new icebreakers. Also, don't mind our balloons.
I'm seeing like half a vowel right now. Like,
Well, this is Mandy's birthday. I mean, we
Yeah.
posted
it was my birthday, guys. November 1st. Shout out to all my Scorpios.
and we posted on November 1st, but we didn't even make it a birthday themed thing. So
Yeah.
you guys are just
By the time
it's
you
a
guys see
little
this, it's a
delayed.
belated birthday, but here's to be festive. Anyways, let's do your icebreakers, Savannah. Oh, the balloon wants to say hi.
oh, I'm not supposed to look. I forgot about that.
Oh, you got,
Ooh,
you
you
got
got
a double.
double
You guys can't even
icebreaker.
see her picking it out of the thing, but you get it. You get the gist.
You actually can. I don't know from that angle.
I don't. Maybe, or they might just see my hand like off to the side. Oh, I thought this was the same one from last time. If you could hold on to one memory from your life forever, what would that be?
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
I haven't even heard
This-
these icebreakers
This one I need
yet.
to think about. Ava wrote these.
Oh. Okay, this one's gonna be marching band related from high school. And I don't know if I said this one last time, but this one it was our playoff game sophomore year of high school. It was our first playoff game, and it was raining continuously, and we were playing, I think it was against Apopka. And obviously, like woodwind instruments, you can't bring outside because they have the pads and they'll get very moldy underneath. So everyone was allowed outside to play, you know, besides the woodwind. So you had the drum line out there, you had all the brass instruments, and we were just standing there dancing and having a good time in the rain. So that's one of my
That's
fondest
cool.
memories.
That's
I love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
That memory comes with like an emotion and everything. I like that. Do you have one right off?
Yeah.
So, what can you re-say the question? What's the fondest memory that you have?
If you could hold on to one memory for your life forever, what would that be?
Holy moly, there's so many. There's so many. And I feel like I'm drawing a blank right now, but like on random days I'll be like, that was a good time.
Yeah.
Should we do it like career related, since you said marching band, so that's kind of like your career, so maybe I can do film related? I would say for now, I went to my first film festival in Tampa in April, and just like, I don't know, seeing so many film people, and like I saw, what is his name? The guy from Karate Kid.
Oh.
The actual Karate Kid?
No, the villain, the blonde guy, Martin Cove. I
okay.
met Martin Cove, and I was in a VIP room. It was probably smaller than this. It was this size, and I'm just sitting there having like a full-on conversation with him. And I was like, this is so cool. What am I doing here? And I was all dressed up in like a nice silk dress. There was a red carpet. I had like videographers, photographers taking pictures of me, asking me if I'm an actor. And I'm like, no, I'm a director. And they were like, here's my card. So I don't know. Something about that was just such a good memory. I went with one of my really good friends, and it was a great memory. And now I'm going to be going to more film festivals. So shout out Martin Cove.
Wow, you guys are great. I really don't have anything for you right now.
I feel like not to bring it up for maybe the fourth time on our
That's why I can't bring
podcast,
up Spain
but
again.
Spain,
Don't
when
you
she went to
dare bring it
Spain.
up again. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys. That is not my only thing. Maybe, okay. No, we're just gonna have to cut me out, guys. I have nothing interesting. So, to get back on topic now, guys, we're gonna start off, since the topic is music, and Savannah here is you're not in the marching band right now, but you have been.
I was in the
You're a
marching
music
band.
major, right?
Yeah, music major, but I
major.
was in the marching band back in high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Savannah.
Yes.
High school culture has made a stereotype against band kids. Band kids, put a lot of effort into their activity, I think even sometimes more than football players. And, they don't really get the appreciation for it as much as the football team does. What is your response to the stereotype, and has that ever had an effect on you?
I personally feel like the band doesn't get a lot of credit and a lot of other band programs. So like one of the high schools back in our county, Lake Mary, they're very small. They don't get funded as much. So with my band program, I was lucky enough to get to travel to like Paris, France, and to go to New Orleans my freshman year and sophomore year of high school. So our band program was very funded and stuff like that.
You went to Paris?
Yeah.
Band?
Wait,
Yeah.
how old were you when you went to Paris?
I was 15.
Whoa.
I was 15. We were there for a week.
Was it amazing?
There was this one girl, I swear to God, she was one of I don't want to say anything. She's not going to find this. I hope not.
Hey, you never know who could find this podcast. Be careful what you say.
No name dropping. No name dropping.
So we were staying in the city, and this was like our last part of our trip, and we were going to the Eiffel Tower one day. I gotta hold myself back from laughing so much. This girl, she didn't shower for 5 days straight, and I was rooming with her. So it was me and my other roommate, what's her name? Mari, yeah. My other roommate, Mari, and then I had our other roommate, and we kept her on the other side. And we kept her over there because she didn't shower for 5 days straight, and of course she smelled. So we're like, no, you can sleep over there. So this girl, it was the day of the Eiffel Tower. We go to breakfast, we come back to our room, we start getting ready, and this girl, she plugs in her hair straightener into the fucking outlet right next to the lamp, and she blows a fuse, and she calls her mom. She's crying up a storm. She's like, Mom, I don't know what I did. Like, I think I just blew the whole fucking city. Like, she's like freaking out. Flipper switch.
It's very common when I was in Spain, like we all had to get like a specific like plug or something because one of my friends, she had a hair dryer, and like apparently things blow up over there. I don't know. It's like a common thing.
She blew a fuse, and that girl was I was laughing up a storm, and I did not feel bad about it. And then there was like another instance where we were supposed to go on the subway at night, and my ticket got lost to get on the subway. There was a random backpack found in the subway, so they shut down the whole subway. They thought it was a bomb threat, so everyone was kicked out.
Wow.
We didn't get back to our hotel room till 3 o'clock in the morning that morning, and we had a flight the next morning at 8 o'clock, so we only had like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. And then come to find out, like our designated parent who was to come unlock us from our rooms, she had went to London the next day, and she didn't tell us.
Oh.
So we overslept, and we almost missed our flight. So, yeah,
Okay.
it was fun.
That's how Paris went. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So back to the stereotypes. So
Yeah.
do you believe that the stereotypes are accurate at all? Discrediting from like your program that you grew up with everybody like around you that was like arts, do you discredit the stereotypes that everyone else puts on band kids?
I mean, yeah, I do think there are the stereotypes out there, but I think more and more, like, as we go on in time and ages go on, I think there's not a lot of kids out there like that. Okay. But with, like, the whole football team thing, that we used to get blamed in high school that the holes in the field would be caused by the marching band members. And all we do is just slide across, like, the field. Like, when we're backwards marching, all we do is, like, get up on our tiptoes and slide back. And we just roll step across the field. That's all we do. But they would blame us for the holes marked into the field when they have the big cleats.
You guys have, like, some secret beef with the football team?
No, we have secret beef with our dance team.
Oh.
Really?
How about the color guard? Like the color guard team, too? Because I feel like I always see the color guard and band team together.
Yeah, so we originally have the Dazzlers. So the Dazzlers, they have been there for years. We're the only school left with the original dance teacher who created the program.
Okay.
She's been there for many years. Her daughter actually helps her along the side with teaching the dance program. My freshman year was their last year being on field with us, and they said it was because they wanted to focus more on competition season. So it was very understandable. Sophomore year comes around, they weren't a part of it. Then junior year comes around, they weren't a part of it, but sophomore year and senior year, that's when we really started to see their true colors. Sophomore year, they started performing their own halftime show. I thought you wanted to focus more on competitive season. Why are you putting in extra time to create a new halftime show each week? Like, it was a different show each week. Oh. So that makes no sense. So if you didn't want to be a part of, like, our show in the first place.
So that took away time from your guys, too, I'm assuming.
I mean, it took away from our scores at the end of the day because we got a new color guard team. We've never had a color guard team at all. And we felt bad because our sophomore year, the costumes weren't that great for the color guard. They were very low funded. It was a new program. So when we went to one of our away schools, they started making fun of our color guard, and they started making fun of their outfits and their dresses. And it was really upsetting, and it was really sad. But then again, our color guard, they do try their best. But they've gotten so much better throughout the years, so much better. Yeah.
So, I know it was kind of in the question, but I'm just gonna reiterate it. When the band performs at football games and stuff, do you feel like you guys aren't getting the recognition and attention as that you should be getting? Because I see now that I know Mac, which is her one of her best friends. She works so hard in the sun for hours with the heavy equipment. It's a lot of time and effort being put into band. And usually when the band performs, everybody leaves and gets food, drinks, So how does that, do you think that's true, that people don't really credit it enough? Or is that?
Or do you still feel special?
I think it's completely different. Now seeing that Kenzie's in college band and everything like that, there's a complete difference between high school and college. So college band, they promote it a lot more. You have the March to Victory. That is very well known. They print out a whole schedule for game day of that involves the whole drum line setup and everything, which I think is really cool. But with high school, we only get a recognition being marched up onto the field. We don't get special announcements in the morning or anything after school or anything about concerts or anything like that. With college, I feel like it's more promoted. So in high school, we didn't get the recognition we deserved. Our principal, our senior year, he recognized us a lot more than our previous principals. But college is definitely more involved, I would say.
That's cool. That's good. All right,
Yeah.
so I'm going to ask you our second question. So does music have the power to change your mood? And if so, how does music affect you?
Yes, it does. And I was actually, don't think I'm crazy, I started listening to Christmas music this morning.
I was going to do that too. I had class this morning, and everybody was just singing Christmas songs, and I was like, when I get in the car, I should play some Christmas music. And then I just never did. I just was just
I'm
didn't
not
think
there
about
yet.
it.
I think I need to be at least a little bit closer to Thanksgiving.
I do too. I usually wait, but everybody was singing it, so it put me in the mood. And it was cold today.
Starbucks dropped their holiday drinks, and I'm not even a Starbucks girly, but did I get a sugar milk, almond milk latte or sugar cookie going a lot?
That's what I got this morning. I went through Starbucks this morning and I got my holiday drink.
Guys,
and then I was
stop.
driving
I want
around.
a holiday drink now.
Yeah, I was
And I
driving
got
around.
a $10 gift card on Starbucks. It was free.
Oh, I need a see. My grandma comes into town next weekend, and she is a Starbucks fanatic. Starbucks should sponsor her. Ever since I've grown up, she's loved Starbucks, and ever since I gotten older, she's giving me a Starbucks gift card anytime she sees me.
$100 gift card.
Yes, the $100 gift card. Yep. So she's coming next weekend, and so Grandma, if you're watching this, I'm ready for some Starbucks.
I'm not even a big Starbucks girl, but those holiday drinks are phenomenal.
Yeah, they put you in the mood.
But anyways, continue.
No, so you said you listened to Christmas music this morning.
Yes. So there's this one song, and this is completely different from the song that I said last time. So there's this one song that How I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas.
Oh yes, love that song. What?
What?
I don't know.
She doesn't know that song? All I want for Christmas. Wait, no.
That's all my freaking teeth, bro.
Wait. I want hippopotamus for Christmas.
Yeah.
And he talks he sings like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You've never heard of it? Okay.
I love that song.
Okay, so that was my grandmother's favorite song. So she passed in 2017. She was my person, I would constantly go to. So there's a lot of songs that I listen to that reminds me of her and other family members of mine. But she was one of the closest ones that I had. So when I hear that song, it puts me in a good mood because it's Christmas and joyful, but it also is kind of sad because, it was one of my grandmother's favorites. But it puts me at ease knowing that, she's better and I can listen to this in the
it's
comfort.
Kind of also a remembrance of her. It's
Exactly.
kind of honor her in a sense too.
And it feels like she's with me when I'm listening to it. It's just the little things. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's one of them.
So you think that music definitely has that power to change your emotion and that?
Oh yeah. You can listen to one song and it could have 4 or 5 different emotions attached to it.
Do you listen to sad music when you're sad or sad music when you're happy? Because I feel like that's a big thing. Because I don't know.
Literally, for me, both.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm a both person. Even when, so after, yesterday, I worked a 12-hour shift. When I'm, done and tired, I will turn on my Bluetooth and listen to sad music on the way home because it's just more relaxing and it puts me in a more relaxed mood. So when I get home, I can like drink my tea, read my book, and I can just go right to bed. Now, if I'm like super like listening to happy music and like hyperactive music, I'm not going to sleep for hours.
Yeah.
Hours.
Like, before this podcast, because Mandy seems like she was not in the most, I'm upbeat today. I'm feeling today. She's having some teeth problems. She's going through it.
Listen,
So
I think my wisdom teeth are coming in, and my mouth has been sore for the past 3 days. I couldn't even enjoy my food earlier. So yeah, I was a little in a mood.
But you know what I did? I put some hyper music. I was putting some bops on to, try to get in the mood, get into this day. So I think that's when you need the bops. That's when you need the high beat things. But I think I tend to listen to very chill. Like on my runs sometimes, I even listen to sad music. I'm not even sad. I'm not even going through it.
You run with sad music?
I couldn't be able to do that.
It depends on the mood. It depends on the mood.
I mean, no
everybody.
judgment here, but like I just like
could
first
be
of all,
some upbeat
I
sad
hate
music.
I like what? Can you give an example?
Oh.
Okay. All right. Like I honestly hate running to begin with. Like I don't really do cardio. Like I like to do lifting and all that. But if I were to do a run, I gotta do something to hype me up to do it.
I can run to Rex.
Orange County?
I'm not gonna lie.
He's amazing.
I can sometimes
but
I feel like I'm in a movie, going through the I just feel like I'm looking at the trees, looking at the sky, and I'm just like in
that
the zone.
the artist Rex Orange County, he is somebody that I feel like I can listen to sad, happy, chill, relaxed. When I want to like belt out and sing, like a lot of his songs, I have that like connection where I have all these emotions, but there are some songs that I feel like, maybe not anymore actually. I remember when you used to attach a negative emotion to a song, I used to not be able to listen to that. But now like I taught myself, okay, I don't want that song to have that bad attachment. So I've taught myself to have that good attachment again. So for Rex, I remember there was one song that I like was listening to during a breakup, and I just like every time I heard it, it would make me cry. And then I was like, oh, I love the song. Why is it attached to that emotion? So I started listening to it when I was happy, and now
We even started playing it in the car, I feel like.
Yeah, now we listen to it all together. Now I have.
Do you have a song that has a bad correlation to that you refuse to listen to it?
I don't think so.
Really?
I don't. I mean, I think there's songs that definitely like play a part into different eras of your life, like COVID era or like.
Oh my God. That just like bring you back
Oh
to
my
that
God,
moment.
that's like a big one, like COVID era, like certain songs like off of TikTok, like this. What's that one song like? Do a full 180,
Yes,
like that song.
Oh my God, I hear that song. Immediately, COVID, whipped coffee, and Chloe Ting's workout is like.
Did you do Chloe Ting workouts?
I tried, but I didn't, I wasn't really into that. I like doing my own things. I kind of hate following a format.
I watched it just because I was in the thing. But I think, going back to the song thing, I mentioned this last time, but we gotta mention it back to the people, was the one song that I said that used to play at work, and it was one of the mainstream songs, and that song, like, was everywhere, and it was, like, my favorite song at a point in time, and then, like, it just became not a good song. And then after that, like, it came up on TikTok, it came up on the radio, it came up everywhere, and I'm like, all right, dude, like, we get it. I hated this song, but then when the Spotify year thing came along, where it was like, what song have you been listening to the most? It was my number one, and I was like, damn, for me hating it so much, I quite listened to it a lot. So, but now I listen to it whenever a big moment in my life happens, I listen into it like on my own, and I'm like, all right, only once in a while.
Better attachment now, better emotion attached to it.
Yes. All right. So question number 3 is, do you use music as a coping mechanism, and do you ever try to use music to feel better and end up feeling worse?
There has been times where I have used music trying to feel better and end up feeling worse. And I do use it as a coping mechanism, and there's different ways to do that. People can just turn it on their radio and listen to it at home or through their phone or stuff like that. But one of my favorite things to do is to go line dancing and to listen to music that way. And it's a great way to exercise and, get your mind off of things, but also to listen to music and have a good time with a group of friends. So. That's one of my favorite things.
That is so true. Like over this weekend, because it was just Halloween weekend just passed, at least in this when it's getting recorded, and we all went out to this party. It wasn't really the vibe. So we all came back. It was just like maybe like 7 of us, 8 of us, and we just started playing music full loud. And we started off with some Spanish, then went down to some like 2000s like club songs, then just to 2000s. Then to Disney songs, then Teen Beach Movie came around, and then we were listening to like Bon Jovi and like
Bohemian Rhapsody.
I feel like
Living
the
on the
2000s and Disney music is like
You can never go wrong.
No, like the one that Sunday night or when Halloween,
Yes. On actual Halloween,
Yeah.
Savannah and I went to this block party, and they were actually playing great songs.
They were playing like Katy Perry. They were playing
Yeah.
some Sean Kingston. They were playing like
early 2000s.
Yeah.
And like the thing about parties is honestly
all about music.
The music,
All
you
about
know, make it
music.
or break it. And I feel like the party that we went to was okay music, so we like lived it up here by ourselves. But then the party that we went to, great music. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Savannah and I, we were with a group of friends. Half of them left to go to the bathroom. It was just Savannah and I, and we were both like singing our hearts out, staring at each other, and like we were just so into it, and it really made the night.
Yeah.
Like even when we go on our drives, we have like the go-to songs we listen to. Like with our old roommate Ava, we listen to Bodies.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not a perfect one, so put it on.
Oh, isn't that from the 50
Tova.
Shades of Grey movie, or is it a different one?
I don't know.
No?
I don't think.
You love
Oh,
me right.
I don't know, but it's by Tavlo.
Yeah.
It might have been. I don't know. I don't really remember.
It's-
But that
yeah.
song, like you put it on, and
That
we're
song,
like,
and we have
It's
the-
really
we
good.
put the windows down. The 3 of us are in a movie. Literally, you put that song on, we're in our zone.
Throw some LED lights in the car.
Yeah, my car has LED lights.
So does mine.
Okay, guys, I need to hop on the wave.
Yeah, I love late night drives. Like, they're such a big thing for me. Like, we don't even have to talk and have a deep conversation. You blast some music, whether that's sad, like slow music, not even to be sad, but just like to relax, or you put some hype, like 2000s good beats. I'll have the time of my life. Like,
And I think
Oh,
a
yeah.
go-to thing, like I feel like whenever people don't know what music to put on, and they're like, because I am very scared to go on aux, but I think one thing that is an easy, everyone will like is 2000s. Like you
Oh,
can't
yeah.
go wrong. Everyone knows the songs. They've always been played. Everyone can sing
Feels
them.
nostalgic.
They're greatness. Yes, like you can just never go wrong with like some throwbacks. Never.
that was upstairs.
Oh, wow.
But
Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
and Val knows I do this all the time, but I like I've had so many deep conversations with random people about music. Like, I don't know what it is, but I'll like show people my playlist, because the way I separate my playlists are by different vibes and different emotions. Like, whatever vibe I'm feeling literally that day, I'll know exactly what type of playlist to put. And so I'll talk to certain people that love music just as much, and we'll start talking about our playlist and what this song makes you feel, and this song. Like, one of my best guy friends, Ahmad, I hope he's listening to this. He and I have, I think, talked about music for 2 hours straight, 2.5 hours, just talking about the little like subtle sounds in a song and how it can put an effect into this and this and that. Like, if you really pay attention to the details of songs, like not even the lyrics, I don't know, it's crazy. It gives you different emotions.
If it's actually really cool that you brought that up, because when being in like especially have you heard from like a symphonic orchestra? No, it's a band mixed with an orchestra. So
No, I don't know what that means.
so a symphonic orchestra is where you have like the band members and then you have the orchestra. But once like like the instrumentation, so you know what do you know what a piccolo sounds like? Yes, no. No. Okay. You know what a you know what a trumpet sounds.
Yes,
You know what a trumpet sounds
I
like.
got that one.
Yeah.
A trumpet, yes.
But it could be like so muted in the background, but if you were actually like listening to it instead of focusing on the words of a song or focusing onto the words of a play, you can hear how the smallest details can play so big in such a small piece.
Wow. So, question: if we're going through on a little, Mandy asked us from the last time, but I'm gonna ask you at this time. The people who do the
Yeah.
How do I describe it to our Spotify listeners? The people who wave their hands back and forth
to the orchestra.
Into the orchestra, and they're like guiding them. What is their purpose? What are they doing?
And
how do you understand it?
What are they called again?
So they're typically called constructors.
Conductors.
Conductors. Sorry, geez, even I'm saying it wrong now. Conductors. But typically for marching band, when you have them up on a podium, they're called drum majors, or you have the subs for them, which are field commanders. And then you have like the typical band directors, or you have the orchestra director, stuff like that. And it's just to make sure that the band stays in time. So if you want to, you can insert it in, but there's like a sheet of music and there's a time signature on it. And it could say 4/4 or 3/4, and it just depends, like, that's on how you conduct. So like 4/4, you're like going like this, or like 3/4, it's like this, or if that's like the regular pattern, or you have stop conducting. So stop conducting for like 3/4 is like you have to think you're kind of conducting in a right triangle.
There's a
almost.
TikTok trend.
Yes.
The TikTok trend that they're going like
where they're
this.
snapping.
They're snapping, and then they do a triangle thing.
That's conducting.
Whoa. See, now you guys can relate. Okay.
Yeah, that's conducting. And if you can do that, then everything else should be pretty simple because you're doing 2/4 and 3/4 at the same time.
Like even in the high school band, and I saw, the teacher that like would always do it. I was like, what are they doing with their hands? It all makes sense. I had been wanting to know for years.
Yeah.
So thank you.
There's a lot of people, there's a lot of directors that get really aggressive with it. So my favorite band director of all time, his name is Shane Labonte, and he just recently stepped down from band director at Seminole. But you could literally watch him after we went to UF for our concert MPA, state MPA, and we got straight superiors. We received an award for it. Yeah, it was actually really cool. But after the performance and building up the energy and everything, he's drenched in sweat.
Wow.
And you don't think it's a lot, but sitting there mentally preparing yourself, then going into the practice room with the whole band, like touching up little things, and then you're going on stage performing in front of these 3 judges that you don't know who they are, they've never listened to you before, and then you go into a sight reading room afterwards, not knowing the piece that you're going to be playing in front of this one judge. It's like all of it's very stressful. So by the end of it, the band director is like drenched in sweat from head to toe.
I'm not gonna lie, my hand's even sweaty right now just holding this microphone.
Oh, so is mine.
So, I totally understood. Well, no, not understood. That was definitely a lot more than me holding a microphone. But
yeah.
Do you have the last question?
Yeah, but I think you kind of answered it. Our last question is there a song that makes you emotional? What song is it and why is it so powerful? I know you said your hippopotamus song, but is it because it's the season right now? Like, do you have that one song that you're like, man, anytime I hear it, it just takes you back?
I really wish I had my phone on me right now. Damn it. There's this one slow song, The Night We Met. Have you heard that song?
By who?
It was played in the 13 Reasons Why TV show. It was between... I can't even remember their names in the show.
I don't remember.
I don't know, but it's...
I never watched it.
No, oh my God. It's like, take me back to the night we met. That song. So I listened to that song, and it's very powerful because I was in a long-term relationship. Things did not work out, and it's probably for the best, but it's okay. That was like, because I was really attached to this person. We were together for like 2 years. And she was like my main support system through everything. And that was the one song that I would constantly listen to because I'm like, if I could go back in time and like fix things or like just stay friends or anything like that, I would. But that's the song that I would always go back to.
It's a beautiful song. So.
I do like that song.
And if you like go on YouTube and search up like slow songs, but they're even slower, it has more power to it.
You know, I'm remembering back to like, I remember middle school is when we found it. So there was like this certain like song, like you would look up on YouTube, and if you listen to it with headphones, it'd be like a, like it was like
sound traveling.
Sound traveling. It was something. I remember I was so obsessed with that. Like that's the only like way I would listen to music sometimes. It was really fun.
I've listened to a song like that too, but I listened to a Brazilian funk like that. That was cool. It sounded like a man was following me, but it was kind of cool. So
it kind of freaks me out sometimes when you can hear the sound. Like
it does. Imagine our podcast sounding like that. Like people were able to hear like me on one side and you on the other side.
No, but also when like TikTok, like they were like, oh, flip your phone and you'll hear it like this, and it's just like you flip it and it's just throws me off.
Yeah, music, sound, all that is surreal the way that makes you
So
feel.
do you have a specific song that makes you emotional?
I think the Rex Orange County, the song Uno used to be an emotional song, but I don't have a song that makes me emotional. Maybe worship music. When I'm trying to just be in my zone and praise God, I can sometimes cry and just be like,
That is very powerful.
I was like, wow, feels amazing right now. Do you have a song?
Me and my mom, like she has all her songs. I'm sure like for her has memories from like when she was younger and like everything. And whenever we have like little road trips or whenever we have anything, like there are like these like 3 go-to songs, which I honestly can't even name you them because they're in Spanish, but we listen to it and it's like a guy and a girl singing and they're like in a relationship and like he broke up with her or like he's coming back to her, something like that, and like he's knocking at her door and like it's me and my mom, like I'm singing the guy part, her singing the girl
that's
part,
cute.
and we're just like getting into it and it's just like a whole car ride full of that. So whenever I'm missing my mom, like I'll like play that playlist. But yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like the Frozen song between
Yes. Wait.
between Anna and that one guy.
No, the other one.
We finished
you
each
know
other's sandwiches. That one.
with Hans?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it reminds me of because it's the male and female part going back and forth.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we were really glad to have you here.
Yes, thank you so much for
Savannah.
coming back. Really
You're
do
welcome.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We were talking about the music, talking about marching band.
Talking about the emotions with music.
Yes.
And guys, we really hope that you guys liked this episode. We'll be back next Wednesday with another one.
Next Wednesday.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell them to like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
Comment, share, listen, do all of the above.
Yeah.
And anyways, thank you for watching We're All Strangers podcast.
Navigating life together.
And